Hello, this is Yahweasel. Let's play Minecraft through time. In the last episode, Minecraft 1.4 point something or other. In this episode, Minecraft 1.5.2. This is an update I've feared. This is the redstone update. I am not a redstone kind of guy. Perhaps I should be, but definitely am not. So, let's go ahead and reconnect. Oh good, I'm just outside at night. That was a good way to end the last episode. I am a moron. Okay, let's solve that. Let's say let's as many times as possible. Let's solve that problem real quick first. Make it not be night anymore. So like I said, this is the redstone update, and so long as it's not night, I will go through the list of things. So, minor things, there have been some lighting improvements, there can be high-definition texture packs now. I'm not using any texture pack because I prefer to, do Minecraft through time without. Inventory management, this is when some of the, perhaps, most useful improvements to inventory management came in. I can now, for example... let's see, what do I want to try and make out of what? Well, that is one oak block. That's not going to be enough. There we go. So, I can, for example, double-click to, or is it shift double-click, or control double... Okay, I can't do the thing I was trying to say I can do. But what I can do is this good old click and drag to evenly divide things over whatever area you click and drag them into, which of course can fail to evenly divide them, as in that case. So I'm going to just make sticks of all of that, and then with that click and drag there, I can get a whole lot of pickaxes. I don't need that many pickaxes. Anyway, that just makes the whole process of constructing large numbers of things a lot more efficient. So that's a nice little touch. Let's see, what else was added in terms of inventory management? Right. Let's see if I actually... yeah, there we go. So you can, for example, double-click here to, or how was I doing that? Is it shift up? I just did it like 6 times, and now I can't do it. There we go. Double-click to bring together items of a similar type. I don't find that useful, really. I rarely need it. If you have your mouse over an item and you press Q, you will now throw that instead of whatever you were holding. And, oh right, this is one I had no idea, but this is a nice little trick. So if you're holding armor, you can right-click and it equips it. Who knew? So, minor little additions to just inventory management stuff. Oh, great. Oh, the next one on the list isn't what I actually want to do, but, well, I have to do it, so let's go ahead and stick all of my inventory into a box, which might help you guess what the next item on the list is. Go ahead and take off all my clothes, too. So this is the, one version that improved death messages. I didn't really talk about death messages because they started in multiplayer, and I have only been playing single player, of course, but now I'm playing single player on a multiplayer world, so it's kind of all the same. But let's see a death message. Good, fantastic. So, tried to swim in lava is the death message for lava. And, oh, this is going to be a tough one. There is lava right there, so, oh, it'll have to turn to night first. Piffle. What do I do? There's an iron golem over there. I need a hostile mob in case it's not obvious what I'm doing. Oh, I know, I can go to the nether. The nether is a great way to get killed. I had to go to the nether anyway, so I'm just trying to show some improved death messages here. How do I keep getting hit when I get to the... Is it because this is too low? Do I need more room there? Maybe that'll do. Okay, anyway, so if I can get something to attack me, and then I escape it into lava, I should get a different message, a slightly different message. Of course, escaping it into lava is, kind of playing fast and loose with the term escape, aren't we? But, I don't want to attack a zombie pigman. They will be angry at me. And I hear a ghast somewhere, but I don't see it yet. Basically, I just need to get attacked. How difficult can it be to get attacked in hell? Unfortunately, yeah, all the other mobs, except for zombie pigmen and ghasts, are either sufficiently uncommon or only show up in nether fortresses, so I'm not very likely to just find one wandering about. Piffle! Piffle, I say! Okay, to hell with it. Here's an incredibly bad idea. And getting attacked by a zombie pigman, run away, into fire, walked into fire whilst fighting zombie pigman. So now we get messages like that. Oh great, I actually need to go to the nether in this episode. Oh, that was a profoundly bad idea. Hey, how did you get out? What? You two, get back in there. Go on, get in there. Both of you, come on. Oh, whatever. Two baby chicks have escaped. These things happen. Let me go ahead and, use the eggs that are floating about. There we go, that did nothing. One more, whatever. And done. Okay. Oh, Piff, I actually do need to go to the nether. Okay, so one thing that was added is nether quartz. Oh, that is something you get in the nether. Why did I do these things? Oh, that was a profoundly bad idea, really. I should not have attacked that, not have attacked the guy, the thing, the bad thing, the, wow, I'm just great at English. The zombie pigman, that's what I'm looking for. Should not have attacked that zombie pigman. Okay, quick rearrangement of my inventory. All right. Why did I have to attack a zombie pigman? Okay, what I need in the nether... Well, no, here's the answer to why I had to attack a zombie pigman. To make this that much more exciting. And I know we saw in an earlier episode that there are ways of getting the zombie pigmen to stop being mad at you, but that would really make this far less exciting, wouldn't it? Why? Why do I do these things to myself? Anyway, so why I need to go to the nether this time is to get... Oh, are they not angry? That one doesn't seem to be chasing me. Maybe I was just far enough away. Anyway, I need to get nether quartz, which is going to be a problem because it is a new thing, so it won't have generated anywhere I've already been. So I'm going to go ahead and try and step across this crevasse here and see if I can find some nether quartz sort of up in this area, because I haven't gone this way. So if I go far enough, I should get it to regenerate. Oh, they're not angry at me. Fantastic! They have forgiven me. Perhaps it is because I died. I'm happy. Good, okay. It only took one death. They forgave me. So if I go up this way, hopefully I can get far enough that I'll get somewhere that hasn't yet generated, and if I do that, then I should be able to get some nether quartz, and with nether quartz I can continue on with a few important things in the redstone update. Can you tell that I'm putting off actually talking about redstone, because it's not... Okay, here's the reason. You can make some amazing, complicated things out of redstone if you aren't me and actually care to do that. Yeah, I don't care. I don't want to, and so if you think I'm going to be making, like, giant, complicated redstone things that are, like, traps and do crazy stuff, no. I will be making simple redstone things. No magma cream. Oh well. Just to demonstrate that redstone exists. But no more complicated than the redstone things I made in a, much earlier version when redstone itself was first introduced. So I should say that the redstone update obviously did not introduce redstone. Redstone has been around for a while. What the redstone update did is add a lot of new sort of redstone behaviors, new things you can do with redstone that you couldn't do before. And going over the update, it revealed some of them that I didn't know existed, and I'm shocked that I haven't seen used in certain places. For example, that's a nice little gateway there. For example, there are trapped chests, which basically when you open the chest, it sends off a redstone signal. And I'm shocked that I'm getting a frame rate reduction here. Okay. I'm shocked that I haven't seen that used in Minecraft Ultra Hardcore, because It is very tempting, I would think, that when you see somebody's chest just left behind, you go, ooh, let me look at that, and what if it were trapped, and it killed you? That would be a good strategy, I would think, but apparently not good enough. I haven't seen it used. There we go! Ah, I managed to talk randomly for long enough to find some quartz. So quartz is as common in the nether as iron is on the surface. However, because quartz appears anywhere netherrack can appear, it sort of feels a lot more common, because you have to actually dig to get iron. It doesn't just appear next to dirt, whereas the quartz is just everywhere. So really, really easy to find, really, really easy to collect. It actually, as has been pointed out by Mull the Cloud, it is a great source of experience because it's relatively fast to pick up, and you can see I'm already back up to the level I was before I killed myself for your entertainment. Now I'm even higher than that. I'm going to want a bunch of nether quartz, because, well, I'm going to be making stuff out of it. What other reason? So, yeah, going to go ahead and pick all the nether quartz up I can see in this sort of little area here, which I just see 2 more deposits. How much do I have? 24? That's not really enough. Okay, let's get 2 more little deposits of it here, and then maybe move on a bit and see. I want to get at least a full stack. I think a full stack of nether quartz should be sufficient for a while. So let's go ahead. Safety first, kids. Not safe. I don't know when I'm going to pick up that nether quartz that I just dropped very, very far, but perhaps sometime. There we go. Safety first, kids! When digging into hell for quartz, I don't know, safety first, I don't know. That phrase, I kind of lost that phrase as I went along there. Well, this is a nice large vein of quartz, that's nice. And 1 more here. That's 38. Yeah, I would really like to get a full stack, so I'm going to get the rest of this stack in fast motion. Bzzz. There we go. Now you can see I got 15 levels from nothing more than some nether quartz and 1, what was it? A magma cream. 1 magma cream. That was it. Nether quartz and 1 magma cream, and that got me 15 levels. So it is a fairly efficient way of getting quick levels, I suppose. I am getting further away rather than closer to where I'm trying to get to, or where I'm trying to leave via. I think this is the right way. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if I can get myself back home, then I can show a few nifty things you can do with nether quartz, and then a lot of nifty things that someone who isn't me can do with redstone. This is, after all, the redstone update, so I am going to have to show it. Of course I am. It's not... I'm complaining more than I deserve to. It's just, I don't do redstone stuff. I don't know. I think redstone stuff is probably... So, if you play multiplayer... If you play PvP, redstone stuff is probably really nice. If you play multiplayer, maybe... Well, yeah, I can't think of really any great uses for it other than PvP. And I know you can build, like, monster traps and such, but I don't know. It just doesn't really appeal to me. So, redstone, not my bag. Not my thing. And I am now completely lost. Good. Perfect. Is this the right direction? Maybe? This doesn't look familiar at all. I don't like that. Great. Super good. The complete lack of quartz, nether quartz, looks quite familiar. Oh. The fact that this has such a beautiful, perfect seam is probably not a coincidence, but I also probably am going the wrong direction. Okay, I'm gonna find my way back. I'm using this a lot this episode, but in fast motion. Bzzz. Okay, note to self, if I am going to light my way with torches, if my breadcrumbs are to be torches, really need considerably more torches than apparently I put down just by intuition alone. Almost getting lost in the nether, so good. Anyway, I've got what I need. I've got my stack and a little bit over a stack of quartz. Or that is, I have slightly more than one stack. I don't have almost 2 stacks, as would be suggested by the words I just said. I have, like 67 or something. Let's go ahead and get back to the real world while eating a melon. Oh, I think those probably have to come down too. Okay, now that we are back here and it is still daytime, which is good, let's go ahead and start figuring out all the exciting things we can do with nether quartz. So first off, we can make nether blocks, and if we make 2 nether blocks, then we can make a pillar block, which is just a block that looks slightly more pillar-like. It's for making sort of Romanesque columns. Or, you know, what the Romans thought were Greek-esque columns, anyway. There we go. Yeah, great. Looks a little bit better if you make it part of a Colosseum than if you just sort of stick it there, but oh well. Let's go ahead and do that. You can also make slabs and stairs and such. I'm not going to demonstrate all of those because, frankly, they just look the same as anything else. One more interesting thing that you can make out of nether quartz, which you cannot make with this many. I need an actual workbench. There we go. Is oh right, I need blocks, not units. Just a second. Let me go ahead and try harder here. So let's go like that. Let's get maybe 6. Yeah, 6 should do me for the moment. Go like that. I'm just gonna make 6 of those. Now if we take 2 of these slabs and put them not in that configuration but that configuration, then we get a chiseled quartz block. I haven't talked about the chiseled blocks because they haven't been accessible yet, but this one is accessible, so let's go ahead and put this at the top of that pillar there, and we get this kind of ridiculous looking chiseled block on top. Purely decorative, there's nothing really to be done with it. Okay, so those are the sort of decorative things that you can do with quartz. By the way, I'm not always going to call it nether quartz because there isn't any other kind of quartz, so it kind of bothers me that they decided to call it nether quartz when it's the only quartz. Anyway, let's see. I need a lot more iron than that one. Where have I got some spare iron? I should have plenty. I hope. I might not, but who knows. So I grabbed the torches instead of the iron. There we go. Okay, I need some iron. I need some sticks. I got lots of those. And, alright, this is the redstone update, so let's just go ahead and grab a ridiculous amount of redstone. There we go. Now I've got a stack. That should be enough. Okay, the biggest, probably, update. Let me scroll down to... Oh, whoops, I was looking at the wrong thing. Ha, whoops. The biggest update... I have lost. I don't know what it... There it is! The biggest update needs smoothstone. Good! So an excuse to do something else first. I probably have more than enough smoothstone in one of these chests. That's gravel. Because I know I've made smoothstones for other reasons in the past. There we go. I already have 64 stone. If I do this... Plus, I do need one of these quartzes. This is why I was getting it all. And I need to make my redstone torches first. Great. Let's go ahead and make just 8 of these. That'll do for the moment. Now, finally, let's go like this. And then this goes like that. And we get a comparator. Comparator. This is a very weird block that's somewhat hard to describe. So I'm going to just show its regular behavior first, out here in sort of the now becoming more open, I was going to say the open terrain, but it's not as open as I would like, so let's make it a little bit more open. There we go. So yes, this is a somewhat strange block. Let's try and describe it, make sure that I have my angles correct. I need this, and I need you. Now, if I stick that there, and this, I think can be on either side, but I'll stick it on the right. I go like that, and I go like that. So now you can see this signal is on. Now that signal is off. Back on again. If I switch this, then it looks like it's very slightly on. You can see the smoke coming off of it. But now it's very clearly on. If I do this, then... Oh, is it... I'm confused. I thought it... Then it does something that confuses me. Because this is subtraction. Yeah, this is... Maybe is Okay, I thought... Okay, let me actually explain what it does instead of being confused by it. So basically, this is a comparator, like it says. It compares two redstone signals. If signal A is greater than signal B, but apparently that's a lie. It's actually signal A is greater than or equal to signal B. Yes, indeed it is. Thank you so much for lying to me, Minecraft Wiki. Then it sends a signal. It sends signal A, to be specific. If signal A is weaker than signal B, strictly weaker, not weaker than or equal to, then it does not send a signal. So, and I shortly mentioned when I mentioned redstone or shortly thereafter that redstone signals weaken with distance. So that's where that's coming from. But all of that, so I don't know, maybe you can, you can kind of build transistors with it, and so you can make a whole computer if you really wanted to, but that's, you know, you can build a computer that runs at almost one operation every 10 seconds. Yay! The more interesting thing you can do with it, I'm actually going to pick up this one and put it elsewhere. Or at least I think it's more interesting. Perhaps others don't think this is as interesting as I do. And it'll take me probably a few tries to get this right, because it is, at least in my opinion, a little bit fiddly. Especially if I put it into a wall or something equally ridiculous. So yeah, I'll put it here. Great. Ow. I'm going to put this maybe right there. Yeah, there we go. This chest, yeah, isn't very full. So this is actually, as well as the, you know, other stuff that it does, it will detect how full well, anything that can store things, so chests, furnace, whatever, it'll detect how full they are and send that as a signal. So now this is almost empty, and the signal is very weak. If I go like that, it has no signal at all. If I put that stuff back in, or, you know, whatever stuff I accidentally put back in while trying to put that stuff back in, sure, why not? That's good enough. Then that signal comes back on. So basically, and if you put, say, a redstone repeater here, then you could get a full-strength signal out of that, making it binary. So you can determine whether a chest or what have you is full, which seems a little bit useless until you start adding a bunch of new things that were added in this version, such as droppers and hoppers. Droppers and hoppers. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of not going in any particularly logical order here. I'm trying to do this in perhaps the most interesting way, quote unquote. I don't know. I'm sorry, and excuse me while I update this. It's just there's so many redstone-y things to do. I don't want to miss them for stupid reasons. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a dropper. Okay. Ironically, I need cobblestone, and I just put a stack of cobblestone in to be cooked. Good for me. So, do one of these, and do one of those, and now I get a dropper, which looks like a much happier dispenser, which we showed in a much, much earlier episode. So, the dropper and the dispenser are very, very similar to each other. In fact, well, I was about to say I should make a dispenser as well, but that requires a bow. It's too much building. I don't care. So, I'll just make a dropper, whatever. The dropper and the dispenser are very, very similar to each other, except that the dropper always just drops things. It doesn't... It's opening the gate. That amuses me. It always just drops things. It doesn't ever fire them. So, for example, if I put in arrows, which a dispenser would actually fire, this will just drop the arrows. So it is a little bit safer, I suppose, than a dispenser. Okay, so there's a dropper. It's, oh god, it's a little bit, it's kind of a weird thing. It's not clear why anybody would want a dropper. Let's look at a hopper. That's a little bit more interesting. So, I'm going to need some wood. I've got plenty of birchwood planks there. Going to need to make myself a chest. And then, how does this go? Yes, I think it goes like this. Yeah, there we go. Here is a hopper. Now, I have never actually used a hopper, so if I do this completely wrong, then first I'll go to sleep. If I do this completely wrong, then just, you know, be patient with me. I'm going to have to try it a few times, probably, to get it correct. There we go. So the hopper kind of relates to the notion of actually having having mine carts be some kind of automated mining system. Something about, you know, mining into carts. What a concept. So if I toss something on top, what happened there? Oh, right, it won't do anything here because it'll drop it out again. That was a poor example. I actually need to put this over something a little bit more interesting than the ground. Okay, please hold while I be an idiot for a moment. Going down, making another chest. And like so. There we go. Need one of you. That'll do. Sorry, like I said, I haven't actually made these things, so I'm not entirely sure what the heck I'm doing. So, theoretically, if I put... Oops, that's not going to do it. If I put that below the hopper, then I believe the effect will be... oops, no, that attached to that. That's not going to be useful. Oops. I don't know what I'm doing. Give me a break. If I take this away, then yeah, that's just going to be a hopper facing in the wrong direction. It is so yeah, the hoppers each have directionality, and it's a bit tricky to get them facing the direction you want. Okay, so that hopper is facing the direction I want. Let's go ahead and put a chest beneath it. Do that afterwards. There we go. That should do what I need. So if I place an item into, there we go, into the hopper, it actually goes into the chest. So if you had, say, like if you'd found a spawner and you had some way that you could make it automatically kill the things in the spawner, then this would be a way of collecting all the items they drop, not the experience, obviously, that sort of thing. But, you know, it collects something. It does stuff. It's interesting. And similarly, you can put it, let me pick this up. Similarly, you can put it in a minecart and make it mobile, and then, well, that's not a lot to add, really. Once it's mobile, then it will pick up things wherever that minecart happens to be. It's not very exciting, to be honest. Okay, so there's a minecart with a hopper. I don't have any minecart tracks, but I'm gonna have to make some anyway, so I may as well... Oops, that was wrong. I may as well make a few. There we go. Let me build a tiny minecart network up here, and by network I mean one track that doesn't connect to anything, making it in no sense a network. And like so. And similarly, if I toss something, then I believe it goes into, yes, it goes into this item hopper, so yay. You can tell how excited I am by hoppers. Okay, so let's go ahead and move past hoppers. I've talked about redstone comparators. I did mention, so this is another redstone-y update. I did mention the trapped chest. So let's go ahead and build us a trapped chest. So first off, we saw in an earlier episode, I didn't make it myself, so you might not have seen the recipe, how to make we saw tripwire hooks and how they work. Now let's combine a tripwire hook with a chest. Doink. I get a trapped chest that looks very, very similar to a regular chest. I may as well make this a fun and interesting trap, so yeah, I knew I had some TNT in there. So a trapped chest sends a redstone signal, which is all fine and good. If I go ahead and place a trapped chest, this won't connect, which will be a little bit weird because this one's trapped. You can see they look slightly different. This one looks a little bit red around there, and then if I can get it on screen somehow... Nah, I can't get it on screen. So you can see there's a little bit of red there as well. I can't really get it to show very well, but oh well. Let's go ahead and place some redstone so that we can see its activation behavior. Indeed, it activated that. I don't know why it's not going any farther. Maybe it's a very weak signal? Apparently it's a very weak signal. I would need a repeater to do it well, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to stick the TNT right here. Actually, let's go ahead and place, treasure in this. So if you want the magical egg of destiny, then you would need to come here. But then you would fail. Oh, God, then you have to close the chest really quick. Then you would face the TNT of poor decisions. And there you go. Oh, look, the egg dropped. That's hilarious. Did the trap chest? No, just the regular chest dropped. Okay, anyway, so you can now activate redstone impulses with chests that way, which again, I think would be a great trap in PvP, because I don't think most people even know that exists. But, I don't know, maybe people just aren't stupid enough to open chests owned by, you know, their enemies. I don't know. Maybe it just wouldn't work. Oh well, anyway, so that's a trapped chest. Let's go ahead and move on past the trapped chest. Oh yeah, this is a really weird one. Okay, I'll mention these briefly. Oh wow, it knocked this off the wall. That's incredible. I almost lost the Book of Yahweasel. That would have been a tragedy. I'm surprised that had that much effect at that distance. Okay, anyway. I barely even want to mention these. Okay, so you can make weighted pressure plates. This is a heavy weighted pressure plate. And the strength of the signal, the redstone signal that they send, is now dependent on how much weight is on them. I have no idea why you would want that. Yeah, I made a heavy one, so it's actually going to be... Yeah, there we go. Even that is enough to get something, but if I threw a bunch of items, then I would miss with all of them. If I threw a bunch of items, can I just... There we go. Then, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you notice that getting a little bit stronger. The point is, the strength varies by by what items you place on it. That's a heavy one. You can make it out of gold for a light one that will send a stronger signal with less weight. I have absolutely no idea why anyone would want that. That's all I'm going into. I don't know why it's useful. I don't know why it's a good thing, but there you go. Okay, talked about that. Oh, side mention, abandoned mine shafts, instead of just having chests, they now have chests in minecarts, just for giggles. You can... Oh, I don't have any TNT left. But I can show this. This'll be fun. I'll have to make some TNT. This is going to be a long episode. They've all been long episodes recently. And a little bit, I was going to say it'll be a little bit scatterbrained, but they all have been scatterbrained. So, activator rails. This is another very, very redstone-y addition. I need 2 sticks and I think a redstone torch, or is it just redstone? Or is that just the wrong configuration? 2 sticks, 6 iron, redstone torch. What? Oh, is it in between? Oh, there we go. So here, oh wow, that makes 6. That's actually pretty generous. I thought that would make 1. Okay, so here are activator rails. We showed detector rails earlier when they were added. They send a redstone impulse when a minecart goes over them. This is kind of similar, I suppose. I'm so bad at throwing things away. You know what? Screw you, weighted pressure plate. I'm sure I have less valuable things, but God, it's a weighted pressure plate. It is beyond useless. Okay, so let's go ahead and rebuild that track and then make things even more dangerous for myself. I should have enough gunpowder. Oh, well, I used a lot of it to make fireworks. I might not be able to demonstrate this. There's 1. Oh, piffle. Oh, I don't think I have any gunpowder. No! I'm not going to be demonstrating that very well. Oh, darn. Okay, well, basically what an activator rail does is it activates minecarts that go over it. The most spectacular activatable minecart... Oh, I should say, it activates minecarts that go over it so long as the activator rail itself is powered. So it's kind of invert of the detector rail. Instead of giving off power when a minecart goes over it, it actually uses power when a minecart goes over it. The most spectacular one, of course, is the new addition of TNT in a minecart. Yay! Basically, when you put TNT in a minecart and then run it over an activator rail, kablamo! Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, another redstone-y addition. Almost everything has been redstone additions. This is the redstone update. You can now make, and you couldn't previously... Alright, I forget whether you couldn't make them or it just didn't do this. You can make blocks of redstone, and they actually... Oh, great. I've got so much crap in my inventory. What don't I need? Well, this is silly. I'm standing next to a bunch of chests. I can just put things away. And no, that I still need. And don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, might need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Okay, that'll do. Redstone blocks have the property that not only can you sort of place them as, you know, blocks, that they're blocks and they look like redstone, but additionally, let me pick that up, additionally, they actually behave like a redstone torch. Doink! So you can see that's activated, but they don't glow. So I don't know, maybe again, trappy kind of behavior. You want to hide your redstone torch in some way, and so you make it a redstone block. I don't know. This is the whole thing. Is like, okay, fine, you can make weird and complicated like mechanisms, but why? Why do we want weird and complicated mechanisms? I don't care. Okay. Going back to bed and taking another look at what I can do. Oh, right. The one nice addition, I suppose, for blocks of redstone is that they can be pushed by pistons, unlike redstone torches, which will just be lifted up by pistons. Okay, next one up on the list of additions is the daylight sensor. I need glass blocks, and I think I might have turned all my glass into panes. I'm not sure if I have glass blocks. There's some glass panes. Yo, glass, perfect, okay. And I need quartz, I've got that, and I need wood slabs of all things, so let's go ahead and make wood slabs first. Put those across the bottom, put the glass across the top, and the quartz through the middle, and I get a daylight sensor. So a daylight sensor is actually basically a solar panel. Let's go ahead and do that. So you can see that when it's daylight, it sends a signal. If it is not daylight above it, so I'm gonna simulate nighttime by just covering it up. That doesn't work. Does this actually work even if it's not exposed to direct light? I thought it had to. Oh, it's probably just that it's. I would need to cover it much more efficiently for it to be dark enough. Is that good enough? No. Does it actually detect even... Does it detect daylight even underground? We're learning things! Okay, so the daylight sensor is not only a solar panel, but it tells you whether it's day. So that's actually quite nice. If you're, say, digging and want to quickly know whether it's day, you can just have that activate a little redstone signal, and oh, look, it's daytime now. So, I suppose that's a nice thing. Why not? Sure, I'll agree. And of course, you could build a trap with this and have TNT and have somebody, you know, who you don't particularly like think it's a perfectly safe area, and then it randomly explodes during the day, something like that. Who knows? Just a second while I randomly pick some sugarcane here. There we go. Okay, daylight sensor. Showed droppers, showed hoppers. Right, okay, so we've seen nether bricks, but we haven't seen making nether bricks, because previously you couldn't make nether bricks. You could only get them from the nether. Nowadays, and I'm just going to make a bunch, why not? Nowadays, you can make bricks by smelting... Nowadays, as of version 1.5, you can make bricks by smelting netherrack. There we go, or nether bricks, I should say. And then you can make nether brick blocks by combining nether bricks. Very much like how you make brick blocks, which I may not have ever shown because that was sort of present from the very, very, very early versions of the game. But, oh well. These things happen. I'm showing you the equivalent with nether, so it's fine. I need 4... 4 or is it 9? I think I need 4. Need 4 bricks, and then I can actually make nether brick, which I couldn't do before. Previously, the only way to get nether brick was to collect it from a nether fortress. Kind of, you know, random little nicety if you wanted nether bricks for some reason. There we go. Again, it really doesn't serve any purpose. It's just aesthetic, but if you like the aesthetics of nether bricks, then there you go. You've got nether bricks. Just for giggles, I'm gonna get my melon collection back up to 64. There we go. Back up to a full stack of melons. Boy, I really need to pick all of these. Oh well, I'll do that off screen sometime. Actually, you know what? I'll do that now in fast motion. This is what fast motion is for. Okay, one moment of obsessive-compulsive behavior later, and I have picked all of that. Now, there's not very many more things for me to mention, so I'll just go through them quickly. So, I didn't show a lot of growing things with bone meal, but let me just go ahead and get rid of all this stuff, since I think I might actually be done with the redstone-related things, thankfully. Oh, there's some bones in there. Perfect! I need bones. You go away, you go away. Why do I have a furnace? Okay. And where are my sticks? I threw them in the box. Okay, so, I didn't show very much using bone meal, but what I can show is that now bone meal has been nerfed. So previously, if you planted, let me actually cut down a tree just as a quick way of getting... Oh, I kept the nether wart with me. Cut down a tree just as a quick way of getting a sapling in place. So previously, if you right-clicked a sapling with bone meal, then invariably it would instantly grow. Now it's a probabilistic thing. It's not a well, okay, I should say it wouldn't invariably instantly grow because if it couldn't grow, if there wasn't enough room, then it wouldn't grow. Now... it's not even that good. Well, it's certainly not that good when I don't give it room to grow because there are too many leaves in the way. It's not even that good. It can take quite a few bone meal to get something to grow, including, well, that worked really well, including long grass. Anything, by the way, I feel like I barely mentioned bone meal at all. There we go. But it grows things. It grows all kinds of growing things. That's what it does. But now, oops, I meant to put that on the tree. Now it can take several tries to grow a tree with bone meal. Previously, it always took one, so bone meal is slightly nerfed. Okay, dispensers. I mentioned the droppers. With the addition of droppers, they also extended what dispensers could do. Previously, they would only fire arrows and drop everything else. Now they can equip armor. They can, if you place TNT in them, then they will actually activate the TNT, which is a bit horrifying. If you place bone meal in them, then they will actually use the bone meal. They'll grow plants in front of them, which is a bit strange. And they can create fire if you put a flint and steel in them. So that's why the dropper was added, because dispenser was becoming a sort of general use item thing, so they added the dropper to do all of those. I'm not going to show the dispenser doing all of those things, because I don't have a dispenser handy. And finally... this will be my last mention, and usually I've done this whole list beforehand, but oh well, this is a 40-minute episode, whatever. Some minor changes to how mobs behave. They don't walk over rails for whatever reason. Skeletons will shoot you from only one slot away. Previously, they would always try and get further away. And they will shoot as far as 16 away. Also, they become more aggressive if they are closer. They shoot more often. Zombies become stronger when damaged, and they will gang up on targets now. And finally, slime spawning depends on the phase of the moon. Full moons, more slimes. Whew, okay, that was the Redstone update. Sorry if this wasn't the most exciting episode. If it wasn't, it was because I don't really care that much about Redstone. Yes. Anyway, so until next time either we'll be doing something very special or we'll just be on to another episode. Until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, I've got hundreds more. Just click that channel button. Cheers! From Yahweasel.